Today we're going to talk about the word proportional. When we think about the word proportional in relationship to ratios, proportional meaning, is it equal to one another? So we're going to set up a ratio and we're going to determine whether it's equal to one another. So if I have 1 to 2 and I want to say that it is equal to something out of 32, we're going to start seeing a letter in that space that we need to solve. I want to make this ratio proportional. In other words, equal to. I can show my scale factor and ask myself, what am I doing to 2 to get to 32? And that would be times 16. If I multiply by 16 on the bottom, I multiply by 16 on the top. Therefore, n is equal to 16, and this is proportional. In other words, equivalent to one another. We used to call these fractions, and we used to say equivalent fractions. Our words have changed, and we're talking about ratios. So now we're talking about proportional ratios, the same as equivalent to one another. So now we're going to look at some other ratios that we want to make equivalent. If I have n over 15 and I want this to be equivalent to 12 out of 9, I have to be thinking about what I can do to the top and the bottom to get to that missing number. Now don't forget, this is just a ratio. I can look from left to right. I can look from right to left. I can even look from top to bottom. I can even think about this, because right now, no direction that I look at it, I'm seeing a scale factor. But could I find a base ratio? If this is what I know, can I get him to go as low as he can go and find a base? That answers yes. If I can divide by 3 on the top and divide by 3 on the bottom to reduce it, I would get 4 to 3. Can I use this base ratio now to go back to 15? And that would be times 5. If I multiply by 5 on the bottom, I multiply by 5 on the top, and n will be equal to the number 20. And we have made this relationship proportional. In other words, equal to one another. So, let's try one more, and don't forget, let's try and reduce if we need to, or just simply solve. I have 18 over n is equivalent or proportional to 2 over 3. Don't forget, yesterday we talked about our scale factor being a multiply by. So let's see if we can do that. Is it okay to read from the right back to the left? That answer is going to be yes. So I can ask myself, what am I multiplying by 2 to get to 18? And that would be 9. Therefore, 3 times 9, n is equal to 27. Is that equal in proportion? Yes. So now let's look at one more concept where I can look at putting just a frame around a proportional concept. I'm going to take this original ratio and I'm just going to give the 1 and the 2 some names. If I had 1 part and 2 stars. And we said it was proportional to 16 over 32. This is a ratio table because I'm going to frame it. And it's proportional. And we've already solved that over here. We just write it looking a little bit differently with a frame around it, and we call that a ratio table. There are actually several different ways to write this ratio table. So we're going to write some more and determine whether it's proportional. So I'm going to draw my table. And I'm going to place my numbers in different locations, and we're going to prove that it is equal or proportional or not equal or not proportional. I'm going to put my 1 on the top and my 2 right beside it. I'm going to put my 32 underneath and my 16. So now I have to determine, is this table the same as the top table? Well, let's see. I can put some labels on this table. If my heart was 1 to 16, I see 1 to 16, and I could represent that with the heart and just put my label on the top. My star was 2 to 32. My star, 2 to 32. And I'm just going to put my label on the top. Are they equivalent? Yes. Let's try one more table. This time I'm going to put my 1 and my 32 and my 2 and my 16. So let's think. Is this proportional? Up here I said I had 1 heart, I would have 16 hearts. So here I see my 1 heart. Do I get 16 hearts? Either side by side or up and down? No. Okay, let's try the star. I have 2 stars and I need 32. But here it says only 16 and here it says only 1. Therefore, we're going to say that this ratio table is not proportional. In other words, it doesn't work. Sometimes if we just write it as 1 to 2 is equal to 32 over 16, that I would take my equal sign right here, and to show that this does not work is just put a line through my equal sign. This meaning not proportional.